call the January 9th, 2023 Village Board meeting to order. Would you please stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Trustee Maher?
Here.
McClafferty?
Here.
Snagowski?
Here.
Stapleton?
Here.
Kittredge?
All right. Next up, we have the consent agenda, which consists of the following. We have the approval of minutes for the Committee of Whole on November 21st of last year. We have the Village Board meeting minutes for December 12th, and we have the Committee of Whole minutes for December 19th. We also have approval of disbursements, December 13th through December 26th, as well as December 27th through January 9th. We have an ordinance O-01-23 authorizing the sale and disposal of surplus village property. We have resolution R-01-23 authorizing the purchase of an administrative police vehicle. We have resolution R-02-23 approving voluntary separation agreement and release for K Argo. We have resolution R-03-23 authorizing the release of the letter of credit for Covington Knolls Unit 7. We have resolution R-04-23 authorizing the purchase of rock salt for the 2022-2023 season that we are now in. We have resolution R-05-23 approving TRIA architecture proposals for architectural professional services. I need a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions or comments concerning the consent agenda? Okay, roll call, please.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
And Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. All right, moving on, we have the mayor's report. We're gonna have two public hearings on the agenda tonight. Both are regarding village property in the I&M Canal Reserve Strip, recently subdivided as Lot 1 in General Fry's Landing. Since they both deal with the same subject matter, legal counsel has advised the village that the board can conduct these public hearings simultaneously. A public hearing under the TIF Act on proposals to transfer a parcel of Illinois and Michigan canal property. I need a motion to open the public hearing, please.
So move. Second.
Okay, duly noted at 7:35 p.m. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, public hearing 1 is open. In addition, number 2, we have public hearing under Public Act 102-0915 to exchange a parcel of property for a privately owned parcel of property to accommodate the Marbella residential project. I need a motion to open this public hearing, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, duly noted at 7:35 or 6:35 p.m.
35, Mr. Mayor.
I'm on Eastern time here.
6:35, I got you.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, the motion carries. Jason, do you want to give a little bit more feedback on this for us?
Sure will. So regarding the first public hearing, this was included as a request for proposals, an RFP for around up to 9,500 square feet of property located on the Reserve Strip right near Lamont Street on the south bank of the I&M Canal. There was a public act passed last year, 102-0915, regarding the exchange of this property, and there are subsequent requirements for that exchange to happen. we received one response from our request for proposals from Marbella of Lamont, also known as Lotus Design and Development. That response did meet the requirements of the act. The exchange sees the village acquire a parcel of land larger than the parcel that it is exchanging. The Lot 2 in Marbella of Lamont subdivision is approximately 34,590 square feet. 2 MAI appraisals were conducted of the exchange property. The value of the property being received by the village is $620,000. Obviously, it's a larger piece of land. The value of the property that the village owns was appraised at $190,000. So we meet the requirement for the size and the value. Additionally, the parcel needed to be adjacent to the I&M Canal Reserve Strip, which it is. It's adjacent on the south bank. That is all.
Okay. Thanks, Jason. Any questions or comments regarding what Jason just mentioned, or anything, anyone from the public at all? George as well?
This time we can open it up, and I don't see anybody raising their hand to speak, so nothing more from the public, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. All right, any other questions, comments? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn the public hearings and recommend that the village proceed with the exchange of properties as provided for in ordinance number O-50-22. Need a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, duly noted at 6:38 PM. Roll call, please.
Question first, George.
Yeah, go ahead, Go ahead, Dave.
I heard John say, and proceed with the exchange. Are we voting on the exchange of property? Is this motion just to close the hearing, or is it to close it and vote on the exchange of property?
It's a motion to adjourn the public hearing and recommend that the village proceed with the exchange of properties.
So will there be another vote?
No.
No.
That was already handled with ordinance 50-22.
Okay.
Thank you.
Could I make a motion? And
Ro-
I would like to make a motion to amend the previous motion.
In what way?
I would like to split those up into 2 votes.
You can do a motion to close the, Mr. Mayor, what I would suggest, there's a request from trustee Maher to close the public hearing. And as I understand it, he's suggesting we do a motion to close the public hearing at whatever time. We are at 6:39, so we would need to amend the motion.
I'll make the motion to close the public hearing only
It's 6:39 p.m.
at 6:39 PM.
Okay, we need a first and a second, just so I understand.
I second it.
Motion made by trustee Snagowski, second by trustee Maher. All in favor?
Okay.
Yeah, you need all in favor.
Roll call to close the public hearing.
Maher,
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
and Stapleton.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
You can do the motion.
The original motion to approve it.
To proceed with the exchange.
Need a motion to recommend the village proceed with the exchange of properties as provided for in ordinance number O-50-22. Need a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay. All right, need a roll call, please.
Maher,
No.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
and Stapleton.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. All right. Moving on, we do have a couple items for the mayor's mention. Again, Happy New Year to everyone, and we're all looking forward to a fantastic 2023. This year, 2023, marks the village's 150th anniversary of our town's incorporation, which was on June 9th, 1873. So again, We were established back in 1836, but we were actually incorporated as a town in 1873. So it's our 150th birthday. We're kicking off the celebration with Lights and Ice Fest on Saturday, January 21st. That will be from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. in downtown. So please join us there. There will be over 20 businesses sponsoring ice sculptures around the downtown, a live ice carving taking place, character visits, a dance party, and much, much more. So please visit our website, lamont.il.us/holiday, and please join us. Also, a 150th anniversary website is being created to keep you informed of everything related to the anniversary going on throughout the year. And we will let you know when that is up and running. In addition, Lighting Up Lamont continues through the month of January, so make sure you head downtown to enjoy and check out the wonderful lighting displays in Candy Cane Lane. Again, we had great feedback, a lot of visitors during the holiday seasons. We still have quite a few people coming out, so please come on out and ensure to join in our continued celebration throughout the winter time here. All right, next up, we have the clerk's report, which no clerk's report tonight, is that correct, Janet?
Yes, that is accurate, Mr. Mayor.
All right, next up, Mike, the village attorney report. Do you have
I
anything?
don't have anything this evening. Thank you.
Okay. I think a lot of people want to watch college football. Next up, George, village administrator report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple of quick items. Just wanted to clarify, every Friday we do have a news blast that goes out to the public, so please subscribe for that on our website, and we give the meeting schedule and also just weekly updates, events, and other happenings at the village. But one thing I just wanted to make note of, we do not have a meeting on the 16th due to Martin Luther King Day. We are going to be moving our committee of the whole meeting to January 23rd. And we will not be having our typical board meeting. We will just have a committee meeting on the 23rd. So I want to make that note. We do have our winter newsletter that went out to the public. It should have hit your mailboxes, and if you haven't received it, you could come to Village Hall and pick one up or go on our website and view it there. So that's all I have for you today, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, George. All right, next up, any board reports at all?
Mr. Mayor.
Board first.
Oh, no.
Oh, anything from the board first, Chief?
I have one.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Well, before I have the one I intended, I have to thank Public Works. And again, I think we did before, but just a great acknowledgement of the holiday display that they did. We've had all opportunities to be at other towns and see the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit, but nothing could match what Public Works has done for Lamont. So accolades to Ralph and the guys over at Public Works. Second of all, today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And I realize in the calendar that every day is for something. But today, I think it's a special day to reflect on the police department that we're blessed to have here in Lamont, as far as all police departments across the country. And would remind the public, hey, if you want to show some appreciation for the police, I would ask that in this day and age when the media provides stories about the police, which are often quick to condemn, that they withhold judgment until all the facts are known. It's great to thank a cop when you see him, but it's better to realize that what they're all about from the facts of all the different things. It makes great sensational news. The police are always lead-in stories. They do a great job without thanks, and they do a better job in reality than the press would let you believe. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Any other board reports, trustees? Okay, all right. Next up, staff reports.
Want to go ahead, Chief Maton, or did
Yep.
Kevin? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate the comments. Each January, I remind the folks in town what the parking restrictions are after each snowfall, just so they know for the rest of the winter. And Ralph could add if I forget anything.
but the rules are, after a snowfall of more than 2 inches, odd and even parking restrictions begin at 9 a.m. in the morning following the conclusion of the snowfall, and then continue for 48 hours thereon to give the village a chance to plow all of the village streets. So all vehicles parked on village streets must be on the odd address side on odd days and the even address side on the even days. It's fairly simple, but we always have a lot of questions on it. Ralph, anything I missed?
No, good job, Chief. Thank you for reminding everyone. We do have a lot of cooperation when we need to after heavy snow, so it's really not a problem, but it's nice to have that ordinance in place just in case we need it. But thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chief. Ralph, anyone else?
Yeah, I have one, Mr. Mayor. Thank
Go ahead,
you.
Ralph.
Yeah, so an update over at our new water tower site. It's been pretty quiet over there for the last 10 to 15 days due to the holidays and stuff like that. But we are expecting some steel deliveries this week, and activity is going to ramp up next week with the construction. So if you haven't seen them there, that's why. And it's going to be fairly busy around there, weather permitting, next week. That's it.
Thanks, Ralph. All right. Anyone else? Okay. Any unfinished or new business at all, George? All right. Audience participation. George, you want to take this?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is an opportunity in the meeting where we do have our audience participation, so if anybody would like to come up and speak, now is the time. Coming up, Jeanette? Okay, we do have, you coming up, Jeanette, or no? Yes. Yep, we got one speaker. Mr. Mayor will give Jeanette a couple seconds to get to the podium. Just a reminder, as you know, Jeanette, 3-minute limit, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
You know, I come to these board meetings, and every time I come here, there usually isn't anybody in the audience, maybe me and another person that I know usually comes, and he's not even here today. But I have to tell you that I think that somebody ought to be really embarrassed with what happened with these notices for this proposal with the canal property. I brought some of them if you want to see. I could not read what the notice said because it was in such small print, okay? And I don't have poor eyesight. And there were 2 of them in here, and both of them, the print was so small you couldn't read them. And somebody should be ashamed of themselves. We wonder why people don't come to these meetings, but is it possible that there were a lot of other people that saw it and couldn't read it either and what it was about? It seemed to me pretty important because it's going to be parking for the 5-story, 79 apartments that's going up in that area. And it was approved without having the appropriate parking for it to begin with. And then to come in with this and do some kind of a crossover, it certainly looks like, you know, was one of the properties was worth $650-some thousand, and the other one was worth $199,000, and you were going to be doing the switching. It seems like it was a really good deal for somebody, but I really think that you should be embarrassed, and I think you should have someone that looks at these things and finds out and gets it up into a print where you can read it. I know they won't come anyway, but they may. There may be somebody that was interested in that. And it's just poor all the way around. And I really have to tell you that the people that live in Lamont and that don't come to these meetings, unfortunate for them, because then they get the notices about what's going to happen to the taxes, which is what happens all year long that causes you to put in. Now, the notice I could read. The notice of the increase in the taxes I could read. It had nice print. But this was a piece of junk, and somebody better take some notice, and at least if you're gonna do a notice like this in the paper, make sure that people can read it. That's all I.
Is there a minimum requirement of font size? Okay, so then it's a matter of trying to fit it in the allotted space of the ad area we buy.
We send it to the
What,
paper
we
and-
send it to the paper
Right,
according to, the requirement, and they put it in.
right, and the same notice is published in our agenda notice,
Right,
and there's a link to that also.
that's right.
And that can be expanded on any computer, so, okay.
I couldn't get in, my computer wouldn't let me in.
They have them for free at the library too, Jeanette, so there's a number of ways you can get it. Or we can just mail it to you. If you want to give me your address, I'll make sure you get all notices personally mailed to
I
you.
just think that it takes a little bit more, respect for the people that you represent.
Okay, noted, thank you.
That's all I have in the room, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, great. All right, next up, so no executive session tonight. So, looks like we need a motion to adjourn, please.
Second?
Geez, I thought it was just me that wanted to stay here.
Roll call.
Maher,
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
and Stapleton.
Yes.
All right, motion approved. And again, want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And again, wish everyone a happy new year and have a great week.